An arrest is made in a Williamsport homicide. Today is President's Day, and this is 570 News on the Go, brought to you in part by NorthCentralPA.com. Gradually clearing today with a high near 40. 33-year-old Benjamin Villanueva of Connecticut was picked up by the U.S. Marshals Violent Fugitive Task Force in Hartford for a murder that occurred in Williamsport. Villanueva is accused of gunning down 29-year-old Jermaine Mullen of Williamsport on December 9th. He's being charged as a fugitive from justice in Connecticut, pending his extradition to Pennsylvania. The death of a Williamsport toddler is under investigation. The Sun-Gazette reports the 18-month-old suffered cardiac arrest Wednesday night in his home on Catherine Street in the city's East End. Although an autopsy was done Friday, the coroner said no further information would likely be released for several weeks. 57-year-old Troy Bailey of Williamsport remains in custody following a hearing on an alleged PFA violation. That order was filed by murder victim Alicia Cease just days before she and Ronald Daly were found shot to death near Lycoming Engines in Williamsport. Friday's proceedings and testimony centered on sexual assaults involving 3 young victims. Bailey was returned to the county prison after the magistrate denied a request for bail to be set. The magistrate also kept an affidavit of probable cause sealed from the public. A Muncie man has been ordered to serve decades in prison for twice sexually assaulting a child who was 4 and 6 years old, respectively. In July, 20-year-old Dennis Van Ness pleaded guilty to multiple sex crime charges. Last week, he was sentenced to serve 20 to 40 years in state prison. A Clinton County corrections officer has been arrested for an alleged sexual assault at the prison. The Lock Haven Express reports 31-year-old Kelly Fye of Lock Haven had indecent contact with an inmate on 3 different occasions while in the performance of her duties. 22-year-old Dalton Johnson of Jersey Shore is jailed for his alleged role in an early morning stabbing last Friday in Jersey Shore. Johnson reportedly stabbed 30-year-old Aaron Fisher of Mill Hall during a confrontation in the 300 block of South Lincoln Avenue. The victim was admitted to Geisinger in stable condition. Johnson is jailed. A land development plan has been approved for another Dollar General store in Williamsport. The store will be built at 3528 West 4th Street in the west end of town. 14 white supremacists carrying neo-Nazi flags held an unauthorized rally in Sunbury on Saturday. They wore face masks, and when it was over, they drove away in vehicles that had the license plates covered by an American flag. Penn State trustees have withdrawn a resolution to rename Beaver Stadium after Joe Paterno. Spotlight PA reports the school administration does not support the idea and wants to focus on things like the school's budget deficit. And other highlights from Spotlight PA: former President Trump visited SneakerCon in Philly over the weekend to introduce his new $399 Trump-branded sneakers. And a paradise for introverts has found its way to Pittsburgh. At the Silent Book Club, you read silently, with others doing the same. For the latest in news and events, head on over to NorthCentralPA.com. I'm Liz Brady, and you're up to date with 570 News on the Go.